The last stretch of this trip takes us through the Bohemian region of the Czech Republic with stops in Cesky Krumlov and Tabor, then into the fascinating capital city of Prague. In the medieval town of Cesky Krumlov, we're staying at the cozy and charming Old Inn. Our room has a bird's-eye view of the main square. Here, too, is a column monument to plague victims. En route to the castle, we pass buildings decorated in sgraffito, which is a plaster and paint technique, a pastry roll maker, and toy and souvenir shops. Plus, this whimsical sketch in a shop window. We catch a glimpse of the castle from the bridge over the river, where the sounds of flute, guitar, and flowing water mingle. It's been a tradition since 1707 to keep bears in the castle's dry moat. It's an uphill climb into the castle. We get our first close-up view of the tower from the castle courtyard. From the castle's bridge, there's a commanding view of the town. But at night, under a full moon and electric light, the town is especially beautiful. The statues cast long, dreamy shadows, and the sgraffito appears to be three-dimensional. Staring down at a steep angle are the looming walls of the castle. It's all mesmerizing. But we must move on. Cesky Krumlov leaves us feeling like we were in a grand yet mysterious painting from long ago. We are spending only a few hours in Tabor. Geographically, it is roughly midway between Cesky Krumlov and Prague, but the city's atmosphere is much closer to Cesky. Tabor was constructed with a plan to foil enemy access. It's located on a steep hill and has numerous narrow passageways. We've been told that beneath the town's cobblestones is an extensive set of tunnels built for protection against attacks and fires, plus storage of food and beer. The town was attacked many times. The two cannonballs in this building's wall bear evidence of a Swedish invasion. We wend our way through the winding streets, then a painted tunnel, emerging in the historic town center. The Kotanov Lookout Tower presides over the square. In the main square is a monument to one-eyed Jan Žižka, a 14th and 15th century Hussite general who won all of his many battles. Opposite to that is the Budvarka restaurant. We drop in for lunch and other nourishment before moving on to Prague, our final destination. Prague now beckons. Shoes are indispensable despite what the former owner of these may have thought. Remember that Atlas statue in Budapest? Here, Atlas is at work illuminating the world as well as holding it up. A true multitasker. He's located at the beautiful Art Nouveau Municipal House adjacent to the much older Powdered Tower, which also served as a gate to the Old Town. The cathedrals are first up. Here's St. Vitus, located at the Prague Castle. It was founded in 1344. Of note is the Art Nouveau-style stained glass window designed by Alphonse Mucha. Flying buttresses abound. The aptly named Golden Gate used to be the main portal into St. Vitus. Near the Old Town Square is the very distinctive and narrowly steepled Tin Church. In the Jewish quarter is the Gothic Old New Synagogue, the oldest active synagogue in Europe. It was called new when it was first completed in 1270. The old was added as other synagogues were later built in Prague. Prague is a very clean city, and it goes out of its way to accommodate dog walkers. One of its premier attractions is the Charles Bridge. The fading daylight and city lights strongly interplay. This is the Devil's Canal, named for the nearby house of 7 devils, home of a legendary and exceptionally nasty woman. If she sees you watching her apparition, the results may be deadly. Other spirits have been spotted here, depending on how much one has had to drink. The bridge over the canal is festooned with thousands of padlocks. Engaged and married couples leave them, then throw the keys in the canal as a vow of eternal love for each other. At last we're on the pedestrian-only Charles Bridge, leisurely watching boats and people go by. The city begins to light up. 31 statues line the bridge. At the nearby Kafka Museum, these 2 moving statues have a different point of view. They allegedly are programmed to write incoming SMS text messages with their fountain pens. There are many legends about Prague's former residents. This statue reminds us that this fellow, the Dark Knight, returns to haunt the city every 100 years. A twilight view of a brightly lit communication tower built over a century ago and modeled after the Eiffel Tower. Melodically calling, a nightingale welcomes our tour of the National Library and former monastery. The fee that we pay for permission to photograph is well worth it. Beautifully crafted and painted ceilings, 1,000-year-old illuminated manuscripts, and a preserved dodo bird are among the items in the collection. Lenka, our local tour guide, tells us about the namesake of this particular bridge.
But look at the bridge on your left. This is a very elegant bridge, actually the second most elegant bridge in Prague. Number 1 is the Charles Bridge, of course, we go to cross later, but look how nicely the bridge on your left is decorated. It's called the Czech Bridge. You are in Czech Republic, so it's easy to remember. Czech Bridge. It's the shortest bridge around. Svatopluk Čech was a poet. His name was Czech. He was a Czech. He was a double Czech. Yeah.
We're boarding for the Vltava River cruise. You may know this river by its German name, the Moldau. This is a lunch cruise, thus utensils add percussion to the accordionist. The 34 yellow penguins in this famous sculpture are keeping their collective heads and feet above water. The old town square is packed today. Folk dancers whirl. Then, the 15th century astronomical clock strikes the hour and performs its own dance. The 75-foot-long arm of the metronome also times the city's vibrant beat, 6 sweeps per minute. It symbolizes the world's changeability. So, from bottom to top, that was 9 days of touring compressed into less than half an hour. We hope you've enjoyed the same brief but delightful taste of this Bohemian region and its surroundings as much as we have. Thank you. Köszönöm. Yakiem. Dankeschön. And Yakoye for watching.